Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Twitter followers, everybody else, a new segment of the Man Knows Hip Hop podcast with me, you guys Slack, and my co-host extraordinaire, my
E
guy.
Major. That's it. E Major, we here, man.
What's happening, bro?
Very good.
Okay, man. So, we've been asked many times now if we were going to do like a segment where we might kind of review current albums, maybe even albums that have come out in the past. We pondered it for quite a while. We didn't want to copy anybody or anything like that, but albums are there to be reviewed, right? So we thought we was going to add a little segment to the show,
Yep.
a little snippet that's going to be separate from the show that we do every week. So we chose two albums this week that we're going to look at. This one is the first one that we're going to do. So we both listened to it. We both got our own opinions on it. So we're going to both talk you through what we thought about it. And then at the end, we're going to come up with what we rated it out of 5. And we're going to do this for a random albums as well moving forward. So it's going to be a new branch to the Man Knows Hip Hop podcast. So my guy, you're going to tell them what you came up with this week that you wanted to review?
Yeah, man. So welcome. So what we decided to look at today was Westside Gunn, Wears Hermes 8. We're going to look at both side A and side B. So yeah, we're going to run with that today, man, as our opening and see how it goes, man. See how it goes.
All right, man. So the Westside Gunn album, Wears Hermes 8, 8th album in the series. One of the most one of the most successful mixtape series or album series in hip hop. He has dropped a few really nice ones. Now, disclaimer, he is not a Westside Gunn fan at all.
I'm not, man.
So we want to try and be objective here, and we can talk about music whether we like it or we don't, but can offer like a structured opinion rather than just we don't like it or we like it. We love it. So whether or not we like it or we don't, the artist, we can actually talk about what we did like, what we didn't like, and give a structured opinion. So that's what we hope to do on audio review. So even 100%. Though he's gone in maybe with an artist that he doesn't like, we can always listen to something that we might not like and then see what we can draw from it. So me myself, I've enjoyed quite a few of the Wears Hermes albums, especially 7. I thought 7 was excellent. So let's see what we thought of 8, man. So run it through, bro. Like, what did you think of the album as a whole?
Yeah, man. Okay. Just to back up what you said, man, I'm not a fan, as most people know, but I want to put it out there and say I've got a huge respect for Westside Gunn, just for being an architect, man, of the whole Griselda movement, just what he's doing for the culture, man. Obviously not him alone, it's the whole movement, but just what I feel Griselda's brought back to hip hop, man, is priceless, man. So the respect's there. He's going to go down as a legend. There's no doubt about that. I know there's a lot of talk. Is this person a legend? He's going to go down as a legend. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, not for me. But I mean, like Slap rightly said, we're looking at this objectively, man. So I did have a listen. I spent the weekend listening to both sides, man. I have dabbled in his music before. Do you know what I'm saying? I've gone in, heard a few bits, came out, heard a few bits. But I literally spent time listening. I gave both sides multiple spins over the last few days. Overall, I'm going to touch on side A first. Yeah, what I'd say, there's a few standout tracks for me.
Let's see if we got the same ones.
Okay, all right, cool. Definitely, I'm going to say there's probably about 6 tracks that I thought these are okay. Hand on heart, I probably wouldn't go back to them much because one of the things that I struggle with Westside is his voice for me. I can't listen to a whole album of that. So the odd tracks, odd features, I don't mind. But anyway, so the 6 tracks that I'd probably say that I'd say were good tracks was Vogue Cover. Stove God Crooks. I thought that was really good, man. Beat, the production, bars, the features. Perry is probably my favorite off that track.
Streets, yeah.
With Rome Streets. Just him kicking it off, I thought was hard, man. I really enjoyed that as well. That felt like what I needed to hear, what I wanted to listen to. Draymond, same. I think Rome kicked that off as well. or he was on it at least.
He was on it, yeah.
Yeah, the only thing for me what stood out about that is that, once again, this is no disrespect to Westside Gunn, but when I listened to that, I felt like I just wanted Rome Streets on this. Do you know what I mean? It felt like that was the kind of song that I wanted. Bash Money was good as well.
That's the Lil Wayne one.
Yeah, that's right. And once again, I'm not really a Lil Wayne fan, but I want to say one thing. I do believe he's a legend in hip hop, even though I'm not a fan. I do believe he is. He's consistent. Do you know what I mean? He's been doing it a long time at a good level. I just particularly don't really like him that much. He's definitely got lines and bars. Few of the new releases I've heard from people that he's been featured on, for me, it kind of feels like when you're looking at someone like Lil Wayne, thinking about how long he's been in the game, he's still a well sought after artist. And I think he's still delivering good verses. He's just not an artist that I can particularly listen to much, but I think he delivered well on that. And the other one was Claire's Body. But I guess that was just Conway and Benny on that, wasn't there? I don't think Westside was actually on that. But yeah, those are the 6 that I thought like, okay, I like these. And like I said, I listened to the whole back to back. My least favorites were Westheimer with Boldy James. Yeah, that was a struggle for me.
Yeah,
I just feel like I'm being really negative today. I'm trying not to be, but I'm not really a Boldy James fan either. Yeah, I won't say no more, but I'm not a Boldy fan. But yeah, overall, do you know what I mean? I thought those are the tracks I liked. A few of them I could easily never hear again. I don't like when Westside sings, man. I know a lot of rappers, they do the singing thing, but it grinds me, man. I don't like when he sings on tracks. Overall, it felt kind of a bit misguided, a bit undirected, the project on the whole. But I'll be the first to stand up and say maybe because I haven't really spent a lot of time with Westside Gunn and listened to a lot of his projects, maybe that's just how he is. Someone will listen to Ghostface and say, man, his stuff's undirected. You know what I'm saying? So I do appreciate that as well. But for me, that's how it felt. But yeah, I'll let you go in. There's a few more bits I can throw in, but you go. You say something regarding that. I feel like I'm just spewing out negativity. But let me save some positives. So yeah, you right.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, first of all, to counteract your negativity, I didn't mind Westside Gunn much. I think around HWH8 Hermes 4, maybe. I think that was the one with the cow, 4 or 5, where Conway stole the show on the album. Mm-hmm. That's when I think the ad-libs started to become a bit too much for me.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So there was a point where the ad-libs weren't too much, and I was like, okay, I could listen to this better than I could listen to some of the other stuff, because there was just too much and boom, boom, boom. And I just didn't want to hear that on every song. That's something I can't play everywhere. Like, yeah. I play it with my son in the car, and he's like, Dad, like, did a pigeon fly in the studio? What's all this?
Yeah, it's a lot. Man.
Yeah, I was like, hey, but even my son's like, this would be for listening to this, you know what I mean? But I did like, I love Fly God. Like, I think that's like a classic hip hop album, as in it kind of brought the underground back to the forefront. Supreme Blientele I liked as well. Wears Hermes 7. So there are quite a few of his projects that I will listen to because I do like them a lot. But what I will say is I don't listen to them for him. That for me is the crux of him. It's like I'll listen to them like Fly God is an Awesome God 2. That was Stove God Cooks. That's why I like the album and for the beats. But I can't tell you a verse from him that I would maybe have a line here and there that I'd say like is decent, but a verse I wouldn't know a verse from him. But I'd know a verse from Conway, or a verse from Benny, or a verse from Stove, or
as features.
Yeah. So what I found with this was that I couldn't care less about what he was saying, because I just think he just rambles his stuff. You know, he'll be like, I was shooting out the roof. Like, how many times can you say that? Or I got my Gucci shoes on, or I've got my Balmain slippers, or something like that. There's a designer, there's an item of clothing, there's a car, there's some kind of drug deal, there's some kind of gun. That's all his verses seem to consist of. Or he's doing the nasty stuff, talking about what he's doing with women or whatever. And that just doesn't appeal to me at all. So listening to this, I could skate. Like literally, my ears just turn off when he was rapping. But when it was a feature, like Stove, this is basically a Stove God album to me because he's on basically every tune. He steals it. There's a couple of tunes as well that actually sound like they could have been on Reasonable Drought, if I'm being honest.
Stove's work, yeah.
So, but I did like some of the songs. The production was good. The features were good, but Westside was the weakest link on his own album. So for me, that kind of brings it down straight away, in my opinion. So I've got Marietta was dope. Stove God killed it. Vote cover was dope. Sounded like it should have been on Reasonable Drought. Margiela Split Toes, Mac Hummy. But again, that sounds like it should have been on Pray for Haiti. Draymond was dope. Rome Streets with a very like old school mid-90s kind of.
Yeah, that was heavy, man. I like that.
Perry, the beat was fire. Right Now was good. Didn't like the chorus. Jadakiss is Jadakiss. He did his thing. Stove God again stole the show on a Westside Gunn project, which is kind of becoming the norm now. Westheimer, Stove yet again. Boldy James, not a fan of his. I'm sorry, I just can't tolerate him. Source Walker as well. I liked his verse, but it didn't sound right on that kind of drumless beat. But I like his energy. I like what he was bringing. But I think if he was on a tune with a beat and kind of a melody, that would have slapped. But I don't think he fit. Bash Money was okay. Wayne verse was cool. Spoons, Conway, and West going back to back. I think that was dope. Again, it's a feature. So anything, you know what I mean? It's
the features,
He's not on it. I liked it, but when he's hit, I'm like, I can just skate past it. And the last tune was 716 Mile. I didn't like it. Boldy James again. I can't listen to him either. Him and Westside on the track is like a nightmare for me.
Yeah, literally,
man. Quickly, I'll just quickly skate through side B because I preferred side A by quite a lot to side B.
Okay.
Side B just sounded very samey. All the beats just kind of like a sprinkling of some kind of piano and a very hard drum. It just all melded into one kind of sound, and I couldn't do it, man. Like that came up to like 33 tracks, like taking away the intros. It's a lot. Side A overall I liked, mainly because of the features. Side B, nah, I'm not a fan. I saw people saying it's a classic and album of the year, and
we know what this is though.
I couldn't see that at all. It was just very samey. So what I liked started off with Hell on Earth, produced by Sovereign. She absolutely killed that beat. The beat is crazy. Conway and Benny killed that. Conway's verse crazy, and he addresses the whole thing about him wearing a skirt.
Yeah.
That was fire. Free Cutter, I liked Jay Electronica's verse. I didn't like the beat, but I liked Jay Electronica, what he was doing on there. I liked Why I Do Them Like That. That was a nice joint. Survivor Series 95 was 7 minutes. I didn't finish it. I didn't mind the song, but I'm like 7 minutes.
Yeah.
The Fly, Who Couldn't, I like that one. That's a nice tune. And Big Al was decent as well. So out of 20 tunes, I think was on there, and I think you've got maybe 4 skits. So you're looking at about 16 joints in total. I liked 1, 2, 3, 4. I like 5. And one of them I liked for the Jay Electronica verse. So
okay.
In total, bro. Once you round up with your positives, man, then we can give it like an overall rating. So.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's weird once again though, because maybe I'm not the best person to speak on Westside Gunn because I haven't really followed his career like that as not being a fan. But I actually thought side B was better than side A. Okay. Yeah. Once again, just to throw them out, I'll say Celine Dion, Eddie Kingston, 99 Averex with Stove. It just needed some drums in it though, man, for me.
I didn't like that kind of that sound that Conductor Williams uses where it kind of there's a word I'm kind of looking for, but he'll do something with the beat and it'll kind of go really off. Like, I don't know, I just can't listen to that.
I think that's what I liked about it. I know what you mean. There was every little now and then it would just kind of go off and pull back. I thought it was cleverly done. I liked it, but I just wish it had some drums in it, man. I'm not a big fan of the whole drumless movement anyway, but I don't mind them every now and then. But that, if it had drums, that would have been a banger for me. Same as you, Big Al. Same as you. Why I Do Him Like That? Billy Esco for me. I think he should have just held that chat down and have been alone. Ones I really didn't like, man, was Forest Lawn, TV Boy, and Munch. But overall, what I do want to say even though I said it felt a little bit misdirected, misguided in the lyrics, feel a little bit all over the place for me. Musically, you can't take anything away from Westside Gunn. He's got an ear for music. I know he does a lot of executive producing. I think he's amazing at that. He's got an ear for music, man. He has good productions. Obviously, he's having a say in what he wants to rap over, which for me, I'm just not really feeling. But I think as an artist in himself, his air, being an executive producer, his musicality, obviously his business mind, I rate him, man. He's a legend. But yeah, for me, on a whole, I can see why a Westside Gunn fan would like this project. But yeah, it's not really for me, in a nutshell.
Yeah, I think it was just too much Westside Gunn for me personally. So overall, in total, out of 5, I'll probably go for like, I've got to knock it down because he was the weakest thing on his own album. So I'm looking at maybe like a 3, 2.5 to 3. It was just too long for me like to listen to as a whole project. If it was just Side A on its own, I'd be looking at like a 3.5 to like a 4 maybe, because I really like that side. So in total, I'm gonna go for a 3 turntables out of 5.
All right, 3 turntables. For me, I'd say on a whole, probably say about 2.5 to 3 as well. If the tracks I mentioned from side A and side B were just like one project together, even me as someone who's not a big fan, I probably would have found myself revisiting those. But yeah, I'd say 2.5 to a strong 3. I'd probably say, if I had to throw it down. But talk to them about the turntables, man.
So basically, man, we wanted to think of something that was kind of the same, well, not the same as the Source, but like a rating system. So we didn't want to go for mics because that's been done. So we're just gonna go for turntables, man. That's the closest thing related to a microphone, right? So we'll be using turntables as our rating system, because mics have been done to death. We all know what the mics are, but we don't want to use that as part of this platform. So I think that's a pretty fair score. I think that's a pretty fair review. Westside Gunn, I totally agree with what you were saying, E. Like, you know, outside of him rapping, it feels like he's not really bothered about rapping, which is cool, because, you know, he's focused on whatever other stuff with regard to like music and fashion and executive producing. But Air for Beats, can't deny he does make good projects, even though I'm not a big fan of him rapping as I used to be. It's kind of grating on me now. So everything else, big up, well done.
Definitely.
And yeah, we'll see where Griselda goes from here.
Yeah, man. All right, so Westside Gunn, man.
All right, 3 out of 5 from both of us. Let's see
man.
what comes up next.
All right, man. Appreciate you tuning in, man. We'll speak to you, man.
All right, take it easy, guys.